Welcome to another episode of 20-point Fastlane Glitches. Ready up. In this episode, I'll be covering another fact: Blacksite's NPC respawning. The Blacksite has a unique feature with the NPC system that all other missions are missing. This feature being the NPC respawning system. It's a simple mechanic that twists the gameplay for newcomers, as they can't simply take everybody out and freely roam around forever. Although it's a very well-known feature at this point, not everybody knows exactly how it functions, which is why I made this video to explain them all. Here are the timestamps for each part of the video. Feel free to skip to any part using the video chapter feature. Let's begin with the things that are commonly known and factually correct. We all know the game detects when an NPC has been neutralized. An NPC can be neutralized by either intimidation, pacifying them, or simply killing them. If the game detects it, it will attempt to spawn a new guard at a fixed position. Now, since the basics are clear, we will now move on to the spawn points. There are a total of 5 spawn points all located around the site. Beginning with the depot spawn point. This spawn point will only detect and spawn the depot guards. These guards do not include the top row guard, nor the restricted entrance guards. If the game detects one or more depot guards neutralized, the game will be ready to spawn one guard, and I repeat, only one guard. It doesn't matter how many you've neutralized before the respawn happens. Once the respawn is ready, the game checks where all the players are located. For the specific spawn point, all the players must be further than 95 studs axis set in the positive direction. If the condition is met, the game will attempt to respawn a new guard until it succeeds. Nothing happens if the condition is not met. Moving past this point for a bit, we'll encounter the restricted area spawn point. This point will only detect and spawn the restricted area guard. These guards do not include the restricted entrance guards. The mechanic is very similar to the depot spawn point. If the game detects one or more restrict area guards neutralized, the game will be ready to always spawn one guard, no matter how many were neutralized. To make sure the players don't easily see them respawning, the game obviously uses a different position to check the players. For this point, all players must be further than 127 studs axis X in the negative direction in order for the guards to respawn. Now at the cell block, there's not really a spawn point here, but there's a secret spawn point located somewhere on the second floor of the restricted area. This spawn point functions differently than the previous two mentioned. Instead of respawning to a current existing NPC group, this spawn point spawns a completely new guard, whose job is to walk from the second floor to the entrance. After the pathfind is completed, they will simply stand there lifeless. The triggering also works differently, as it only checks if the control room of the cell block has been reached or not. After a few moments, we finally reach the commander area. There are 2 spawn points that are coordinated to function together. These spawns can be located at the first floor and the second floor. Obviously, these spawns only detect and spawn the commander area guards. This does not include the commander himself, nor rows. The detection works similar to the depot and restricted area spawn. If the game detects a guard neutralized, the game will attempt to spawn a new guard and an available spawn point. To determine which spawn point, the game will always prioritize the first floor spawn, and will move to the second floor spawn if the first floor is blocked. In order to disable the spawn point completely, you have to either neutralize the commander or block both spawn points with at least 2 players. To block the first point, you have to stand somewhere on the first floor in the area shown. For the second point, you have to stand on the second floor in the area shown. Since the respawns are almost instant once you neutralize someone, you cannot take them all out if you haven't disabled the spawn points yet, but you are able to reduce the guard amount. When a guard respawns, the game will run a small cooldown before checking for another guard that was neutralized. If you manage to neutralize one or more guards during this cooldown, the game won't know about it. However, unlike the previous spawn points, the game keeps track of the guard amount. If the game detects that the guard amount are less than 3, then the game respawns new guards until the amount is at least 3. And that's all the spawn points located in Wargate. For tactical advantage purposes, knowing this can aid in the fact that you are able to predict guard amounts in each area to know if you're completely safe or not. For more information on the guards here, be sure to stick around for the Blacksite episode of the Waypoints and Pathfinding series. Thank you very much for watching. Until then, farewell.